In this video, we're going to show you how to register a work on the IMRO Members Portal. Firstly, once you've logged into your profile, you'll click on the heading View My Works, located left of center on the screen. This will bring you to the Works List page. From here, click on the button on the top right titled Register a Work. Under Title, type in the name of the composition. This is a required field which needs to be filled in to register a work. To the right of this, you can enter the duration of the recording. The genre or style of the composition can be specified using the drop-down menu. By clicking Add Instrument, you can specify the instrumentation used on the recording. You can add more than one instrument if relevant. If applicable, you can also add an alternative title for the composition. You can add more than one alternative title if needs be. If the work is a medley, a dramatic musical work, or is being released commercially, tick the relevant box or boxes. You can find out more about these categories by looking at our FAQs page. For work being released commercially, you can then fill in the name of the recording artist, record label, and recording catalogue number. Commercially released work includes any work being released digitally, physically, or played on radio. For independent artists, you can list the label as self-released. You can then click the Next button in the right-hand corner of the page. This brings you to contributor details. Next to your name, you'll see a designation, role. If you are the composer of the music and author of the lyrics, leave the code as CA. If you are the arranger of a pre-existing work, change the code to A/or. If you wrote the music, but not the lyrics, you can list yourself as C, composer. If you wrote the lyrics, but not the music, you can list yourself as A, author. The codes E and AM are relevant for publishers, but not songwriters or composers. To the right, you'll see the performance entitlement. This is set as 100% and can be changed if splitting the ownership of this work with other people. The same applies to the mechanical royalty of the work. If necessary, you can specify which society operates as your collections agent in the US. Unlike other countries where one collection society takes care of the whole territory, the US has a number of organizations, BMI and ASCAP included. When you select between either, you are assigning which organization collects on your behalf in the US and sends on to IMRO for distribution. If there's more than one writer for the composition, click Add. Enter the other contributor's IPI number if you have this information, then their first name, surname, designation, and entitlement. If the CAE is not known, we ask that you enter other details about the co-writer so we can try to identify them. Click Next and you'll be brought to the Additional Details page. Here, you can attribute the work to a band or artist's name. To do this, click Add Performers. Enter the name of the band or artist name the work is being released under. Specify whether this is a solo artist, band, or other act. If the work is being registered specifically for advertising, TV, or film, you may click the box asking this question. Clicking this box brings up extra details to be filled in, be it advertisement or a TV film. At a later date, if you need to add or amend details of a TV, film, or advertisement use of the work, you can do so. If you have further questions about this, you can check our FAQs section for more info. Once you click Next, you'll be brought to the confirmation page, where you can review all the details you have entered. If you are happy with the information provided, scroll to the bottom of the page. Click the box that states you are assigning the collection of this work to IMRO as registered. Click Confirm to complete the registration. The work should be approved within 1 to 2 working days. If you require the work to be added to a set list urgently, you can raise a query on the help desk to let us know.